Pacific Ocean on a secluded island far from civilization. The world's leading geneticists gathered in a research facility known as the Abyss. The secret lab was dedicated to pushing the boundaries of genetic engineering, and their latest project was unlike anything attempted before. The creation of a new life form using the DNA of various sea creatures, primarily the octopus. Dr. Evelyn Hartman, the project's lead scientist, gazed at the glass tank housing their creations. The creatures moved with an elegance that belied their unnatural origins. They named them Leviathids. They decided to call them Thids for short, combining the intelligence of the octopus with the robust genetic material of other deep-sea species. The Thid was designed to be adaptable and resilient, but what astounded the team most was its ability to float as if defying gravity. Initial tests revealed that the Thid emitted a unique electromagnetic field that interacted with the planet's magnetic forces, granting it this extraordinary capability. Recognizing the potential of this discovery, the scientists decided to allow the Thids to grow larger to study their properties more comprehensively. However, as the creatures grew, so did their reproductive rate. What began as a few specimens quickly became hundreds. The Thids multiplied at an alarming rate, their offspring displaying the same anti-gravity abilities. The containment protocols at the Abyss proved inadequate. Thids began to escape, slipping into the ocean where they entered the global water systems. It wasn't long before reports surfaced of bizarre floating creatures appearing in cities around the world. They emerged from sewers, materialized in toilets, and floated above urban landscapes, causing panic and confusion. As the Thids spread, they demonstrated an unexpected level of intelligence. They began communicating with each other using complex patterns of bioluminescence and ultrasonic signals. Dr. Hartman's team realized too late that these creatures were far smarter than any of their marine ancestors, and potentially smarter than humans. The Thids started inspecting animals and humans, showing a particular interest in cows and people due to their abundance. Governments around the world attempted to contain the situation, but the Thids were always one step ahead. Their ability to float made traditional containment methods useless, and their intelligence allowed them to evade capture and communicate strategies for survival. In the ensuing chaos, humanity declared war on the Thids. Massive military campaigns were launched, but cities were not fortified against the floating invaders. The conflict raged for 2 years, with humanity deploying every conceivable weapon and strategy to reclaim their world. But the Thids adapted swiftly, using their unique abilities to outmaneuver and outthink their human adversaries. Despite humanity's best efforts, the war ended in defeat. The Thids' superior adaptability and intelligence prevailed. Earth's cities lay in ruins, and humanity's numbers dwindled. But the Thids, unlike their creators, sought not to destroy but to understand. They attempted to make peace, seeing the value in human ingenuity and culture. The Leviathids initiated a bold experiment, breeding with humans to create a new hybrid species that could combine the strengths of both races. However, the results were disastrous. The hybrids did not possess the Thids' anti-gravity abilities, and they lacked the cognitive functions necessary for survival. They were too dumb to be viable, and often died shortly after birth. The Thids, realizing the futility of their efforts, abandoned the project. Faced with the failure of integration, the Thids made a final somber decision. They systematically eradicated the remaining humans. With humanity gone, the Thids settled into a new era of peace and harmony with Earth and its remaining animals. Freed from the constraints of human civilization, the Thids flourished. They restored balance to the ecosystems, repaired the damages inflicted during the war and before, and thrived in a world now truly their own. They became the new stewards of Earth, living in a delicate equilibrium with nature. And so, the Leviathids, born from humanity's ambition and hubris, inherited the Earth. In their graceful floating forms, they carried the legacy of their creators.